It's official, guys. I have officially gotten the offer letter from the bank, and I am expected to start to report duty on the 7th July next month. All that wait, all that anxiety, all that stress, all that worrying, today I can finally put that down and I can do some mini celebrations. So 1 month plus of waiting, 1 month plus of worrying. Applied on the 4th of May, and today is 13 June. So, what, 1 month, 9 days of waiting? Honestly, out of all my job applications I've done throughout my life, this is the longest one because usually when I apply, it takes 1 week, 2 weeks. The fastest is a few days. This time it took 1 month plus. It's considered long for my experience in my jobs, but it's considered a normal time period for a bank, especially since they need to do the profiling and screening. They need to back check you. They need to do a background check on you. I asked on Red Note and people who apply for banking jobs. This is actually the timeline that they have to face, 3 to 4 weeks, some 1 month plus. Even some said they had to wait for 3 months before they actually got accepted. So my case is not the worst case. If anything, it's a normal case. Yeah, just really glad I finally make it. If you guys don't know, working in a bank has been one of the things that I'm aiming since my university days. So why do I want to work in a bank? Well, you need to understand it goes way back to my high school days. So towards the end of my high school days, when I'm in my final year of high school, I developed this interest in investing, like trading, stocks, and whatnot. I developed this interest in this kind of field, and that is exactly why I chose to major in economics and finance in university. And I aspire to work in like investment related jobs, like maybe share trading or analysis, forecast reports. That's what I aim to do when I graduate from university. And I did research, and they told me which is the best part, where places that I can get jobs like this. Well, one direct place is the banks, because banks, they have brokerage share trading departments where you open brokerage accounts with banks. They have a market forecast, market analysis team. I'm one of I've actually joined a bank WhatsApp group where they'll do like daily updates. I've also opened a brokerage account with the banks before, so I know there's such a department, and I was aiming to get into this kind of departments, or at least investment banks. That's what I aim to do, but I never have any luck. I applied for 5 to 10 banks during my university days. Of course, then that time I was just applying for internships, not a real job, and I couldn't secure internships. Not even in internships. Like, I'm not even given the opportunity to showcase myself. They just ghosted me after I threw in my application. I threw in my resume. They say they'll get back to me. None of them actually did. One did get back to me though, and ironically, it's the current bank that accepted me. The very same bank that accepted me today was the bank that rejected me 2 years ago when I was applying for a summer internship. So I don't know, maybe this is fate. They rejected me 2 years ago. 2 years later, they accepted me in a full-time position as a personal banker, right? I don't know, like, there's one thing that I do want to express, I do want to vent on, is that, don't get me wrong, I'm still really happy that I got this job, but my case is very special and I consider myself really lucky because I had a connection. My uncle knows the branch manager of the bank. They're friends, so he recommended me. And it's not like I know my uncle, know someone in the bank, and I asked him whether or not he can refer me directly and maybe try to ask the person in the bank to consider me. It's not like that. In fact, it's the other way around. The branch manager of the bank actually went to approach my uncle and ask if he knows any suitable candidates to take up the role, because the bank is hiring. It's very weird, like that don't usually happen. Usually you would be the one job hunting, not companies job hunting for suitable candidates. So with these two things, these two factors, the bank looking for people and the fact that my uncle knows the branch manager, these two are critical factors why I'm accepted this time. And this is actually so sad. It's a really harsh reality, but this world, if you want to get anything, you need to rely on connections. You need to know people, and you need to network. The degree itself is useless, you know. Like, during my internships, I applied to 5 banks, 10 banks. All of them ghosted me. This time, because I had a connection that he referred me, I got in, right? Now some of you might consider this as nepotism, but what else you want, bro? Like, I try to rely on myself. I try to just apply it without asking anybody for help. I threw in my resume to so many banks. None of them got back to me. All of them ghosted me. None of them gave me a chance. And it's only when I knew somebody who knows somebody in a bank, he directly got me in and secured me an interview, gave me a chance to at least showcase my capabilities. I am absolutely okay if I've gone through the interview and I underperform and I am not considered, I get rejected. Yeah, it's all on me. At least I was given a chance to show myself. If I didn't make it, so be it, right? It's on me. I did not perform well. But you just don't want to give me the opportunity to do so. Then what can I do? Now, let me tell you guys one more thing, right? Which proves my understanding of the current world. Is that while I was waiting for this job, the profiling and screening, waiting for them to see if they confirm me or not, I actually applied for another bank, right? It's available on JobStreet, so I applied for it. Another bank. I applied on JobStreet. I gave them a resume. I click apply. So 1 week later, no response. However, the employer, JobStreet told me that the employer has viewed my application. But he viewed the application, he did not get back to me. Until the job on JobStreet expired, I still haven't gotten a reply or a get back from them. Even right now, while making this video, they have not responded to me. So this just proves that if you try to apply on your own without knowing anybody that can potentially refer you into the bank to get you directly into the door, chances are you're not gonna get the job. Now I know this could be due to various factors. It might be that I don't have the right qualification. I don't have the skill set, the values they're looking at me. But I'm just a graduate, fresh graduate. Of course I'm not gonna have a lot of values. Of course I'm not gonna have the experience that they're looking for. But if that's all they care about, realistically, who is going to be able to get into the bank? Nobody. Because you said, oh, we need 2 people with 2 years of experience. But without a work experience, we can't even get the 2 years experience. You know, this is a endless death loop, right? You need experience to get a job. But without a job, you can't have experience. And I just feel like the banks are like this right now. They tell you, oh, you need minimum 2 years in sales, minimum 2 years in financial services. Like, you don't even give me the opportunity to get in. How am I going to get those 2 years experience? It just makes no sense. Then again, I'm really grateful that I knew someone, my uncle, who knew someone, the branch manager. He directly got me inside the bank to schedule for an interview. Really quick process. One day after I submitted my documents, I got a call. We had a short chat, and after that phone call, the next day, I went into the physical interview and everything went well. And fast forward 1 month plus later, I got the job. So really grateful times. Then again, it's just an offer letter. I've read people on Reddit, on Rednote, saying some people who got the offer letter eventually don't get a job because of a lot of unforeseen circumstances. I really hope that's not the case. Touch wood. Please don't happen to me. I really want to get into this bank job. Right? And honestly, I don't know what I want to do if I can't get in. Because I look at a lot of jobs on JobStreet. I can tell you what, I'm not interested in any of them. They all seem so depressing. They are like jobs like account assistant for an electrical appliance company. So basically, you deal with the accounts of a company. So as like say a retail company, they have to sell a lot of things. They got to have a lot of goods. You might have to deal with the receipts, the sales, the necessary documentation, a lot of paperwork. I don't want to work in those fields. I know it's going to be boring. I know it's going to be a dead end job with no progression, and it's going to be really really boring, very really depressing. At least this bank job, this sales job, is going to be quite exciting, and it's in a field and an industry that I've been chasing for a long time. And honestly, if I don't get this job, I really don't know what job I want to apply to. This is basically the best chance I got. It's the only bank that gave me an opportunity for an interview, whereas the rest just ghosted me completely. So, if under such a good opportunity, such a good chance, I blew it, I don't get the job, I really don't know what I can do. The business is not doing well, I need income, and if I don't get a job, I really don't know how am I going to plan my future. So I'm grateful for this job. With this job secured, I can have some income, I can plan my finances, and I can reach my goal of financial freedom hopefully quicker. I mean, staying in a business that's not profiting and not earning a salary at all at the age of 23, while everyone is working on a career and growing and developing. I'm working mindlessly every day, 12 hours at the shop, making TikTok videos, marketing, whatnot. I'm still not reaching the sales that can make the business profitable. That's not something that I want to do for the rest of my life. I need to progress. People are moving. I have friends already securing jobs. They have already worked for almost a year. They have high salaries. They're climbing the corporate ladder, but I'm stuck. So I really hope this job can change my life. Since I get it right now, I'm gonna treat it seriously. I'm gonna learn how to do well in the job and hopefully progress as a person, as an employee, increase my salary, get promoted, climb the corporate ladder, just follow the traditional route, and hopefully things turn out for the better. So yeah. So anyways, that's my update on the job application process. 1 month plus, I finally got the offer letter, and hopefully successfully on the 7th of July next month, I will step into the office, report for duty, and start my role, a brand new life as a personal banker. That's it all for now. Take care guys. Goodbye.